This is the Ohio AgDat. I'm Joel Penorwood. We're broadcasting from the Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF. Visit with your local ag retailer about 0% financing on all BASF crop protection, seed treatment, and Zadavo brand soybeans now through March 15th. A snowy start to March as we look out the broadcast studio window this midday, and lots of rain on the horizon, but so are warmer temperatures. We'll talk more in a bit. Tune into the Ohio AgDat later this week as we broadcast from the Wilmington College Aggies 68th annual judging contest. 1,500 high school students will be honing their judging skills, and we will be there. Stay tuned on Thursday for more from that. Also, our next monthly check-in at Farm Credit Mid-America coming up tomorrow. Tune in as we discuss the latest Farm Credit Mid-America news and updates. Well, the spring projected price used for crop insurance revenue policies officially has been set as Friday ended the February price discovery period. So what are those numbers? Well, farmers head into spring planting with mixed price protection. As reported by DTN, the 2026 crop insurance price for corn set at $4.62 per bushel, down 8 cents from last year. Soybeans did improve to $11.09. That's a gain of 55 cents from last year. Most growers do use revenue protection policies, and they have until March 15th to sign up. It's just a piece of the farm profitability puzzle, and a huge piece of that, of course, are farm inputs. What are those costing? Well, President Donald Trump recently invoked the Defense Production Act to boost U.S. manufacturing of glyphosate. He's calling the herbicide essential to national security and modern agriculture. And as we talk about national security and modern ag, we think about what's happened over the weekend over in the Middle East with strikes on Iran. That's an area where a lot of fertilizer shipping takes place, and the U.S. remains in a deficit when it comes to fertilizer capacity. Sam Taylor is a farm input analyst with Rabobank.
If you look at the cumulative imports of DAP into the U.S. market, phosphate, most important phosphate, it is an interesting chart from it, like divergence from the norm, in that from April 1st, it basically flatlines. So there was near enough no DAP coming into the US market up until the data we've got available, which is in November. It was almost impossible for distributors and retailers to actually build up on inventory on that kind of context.
And no doubt more conversation to be had there about the impacts of what's happening in the Middle East to U.S. growers. It's time for the weather, brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. Ryan.
We've got dry weather continuing in the northern part of the state this afternoon and drying weather in the south. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you. Either way you slice it, there is some cloud cover around here for the balance of the day today. I think we see another area of scattered shower action lift up into Ohio overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. That's just priming the atmosphere for moisture that comes through the day and actually through the rest of the week. It's going to be soggy. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. Again, more at ohioagnet.com, thanks to Seed Consultants. A hidden gem at the Ohio State University's Agricultural Technical Institute, the Small Ruminant Research Center. Our own Brianna Smith recently caught up with Greg Fogel, manager of the center, about how their work in raising animals such as show goats is benefiting students today.
Our goals with the goats are to bring students in through Ohio State, whether it be Columbus campus or ATI, and if we can provide those animals for the classes of introductory animal science, animal handling, small ruminant production. If we can get a kid that's shown goats in 4-H and maybe we want to teach them an avenue they can go down in terms of production and husbandry, that we can provide an animal that they can use to benefit from and learn from.
Take a look at the operation yourself online today at ohioagdat.com. It's our featured video taking a look at the Small Ruminant Research Center up at OSU ATI. Stay tuned. We'll be talking market numbers coming up next as the Ohio AgDat continues.
Every bushel you grow needs a market. That's why the Ohio Soybean Council is working to expand demand for Ohio soybeans around the world. Your checkoff supports international outreach, trade team visits, and putting Ohio soy in front of global buyers. By showcasing the quality, reliability, and value of Ohio soybeans, you can count on new opportunities and increased demand today and into the future. Visit soyohio.org to see all the ways your Ohio soybean checkoff is at work, expanding markets for your beans.
You're listening to the Ohio AgDat. It's time for a look at how markets are shaping up, and this market analysis brought to you by the Louis Dreyfus Company. Excited to bring a brand new soybean crush facility to Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Learn more about marketing your soybeans with LDC at 574-566-2111. 1.3. Grain market starting the week mixed. Crude oil was up sharply following weekend strikes in the Middle East. Corn futures did have solid gains last week, with export commitments running 29% ahead of last year and Brazil's harvest pace lacking. Soybean rallied late last week as funds added to an already sizable net long position, though export sales remain behind the typical pace. And wheat led Friday's rally, fueled by short covering and improved global demand. For the livestock side, hog futures steady to slightly weaker to start the month. Cattle futures came off a sharply lower week despite firm boxed beef values and tighter year-over-year slaughter numbers. So let's dive into the markets here at the midday trade in Chicago. March corn down 6 1/4 to 432 1/2. May corn off 3 1/4 to 445. March soybeans down 6 3/4 cents to 11.50 1/2. May beans off 6 1/2 to 11.64 1/4. And July wheat sitting at 5.88 1/2 per bushel, down 10 1/4. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants, simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. April live cattle up 8 cents to 232.30 per hundredweight. April lean hog sitting at 96.38. That's a gain of 65 cents today, and milk off by about 10 cents across the board. This is the Ohio AgNet.